all over the floor, bodies. I'm telling y'all, the news is not, I don't know if they have to protect things or they can't release certain information, or they just don't know because nobody would talk to the police. Nobody said, and I get it. I guess, the politics or whatever, which I don't know.
So she's saying nobody would talk to the police, right? And what's interesting, obviously, she's very emotional and she's going through it. And clearly she's been emotionally affected by this. I don't want to take anything away from her personal account of this situation because it is so sad. And she's going to be really suffering from some trauma. But I think it's interesting, right? The way that she's kind of saying like, oh, the news, they're not really reporting on this. I don't feel like the news even are aware of the state of things. I mean, they're reporting on it from kind of an aftermath, the police and investigation standpoint. But like, this is why this is so important that we have people like Sedi Nash reporting on these things, and we have people like this who actually were involved and were there, who are putting their accounts on social media. For everybody that says, oh, social media reporters, oh, you leave it to the real news, you're doing it. Look, this is so important to get this information out there, okay? Sedi Nash is doing a great job by putting this out there and broadcasting this and amplifying her voice. She's saying the news media are not talking about how effed up this situation was. Okay, that's why people like Sedi and me, we're going to try and amplify these voices and let people know this is really what was going down that day. And this is not cool. It's not okay. And I think the authorities, they will get to the bottom of this eventually. Okay, they will want to hear these firsthand accounts of how bad that situation was. But I just really feel this woman's pain.
I don't want to know nothing about, I'm not slow to the hood shit, but I don't live that lifestyle either,
But that's what she said, right? She was basically saying that nobody that was at the party, and they're saying that the party was, unfortunately, despite being a 2-year-old's birthday party, there was over 100 attendees and a lot of people were gang affiliated. Obviously, a lot of these folks that are gang affiliated, they're not going to talk to the police. For you to have 3 children dead, four people lost their lives, like how are the police coming and saying you didn't see anything? And I feel like this woman is so brave for putting her account of this story out there, because the police are going to be getting a wall of silence from these alleged gang members. They're not willing to say what went down, but this is so important. She's letting people know just how bad this was. Now, she's not pointing anybody out. She's not saying who was responsible. There will be some of that going on. You best believe if there's 150 people at this party, and yes, some of them are gang affiliated, some people are going to want to talk to the police, and they will get to the bottom of this.
I just thought we were supporting a birthday party, but it was kids. That's what's funny. It was kids. They didn't make it out. It wasn't adults. I can't unsee the flesh, the bullet wounds, the body. I can't. And this is the police so long to get there, the fucking ambulance so long to get there. They did not come to like 30, 45 minutes later. So they were doomed. And my daughter was in there giving CPR and all. Like, she saved lives. She saved so many lives. I don't know, y'all. It was crazy. But from the inside, it was the worst feeling in the world. And I know if you're going to make it out, I don't even think I had time to panic, but I'm so sorry for all the lost souls, the kids, the parents that were probably up all crying. They ain't got no sleep. You don't ever see your kids again. My kids are traumatized. I'm traumatized. They said they don't even want to go to a birthday party again.
Everything businesses need is already here. Advantages are here, and you should be here too.
Go to discovermiddlesex.com/food today. Middlesex County, New Jersey. Move here, thrive here.
Montreal's unique vibe awakens something within you.
So sad. Now, in spite of, some people, and, I'm so grateful for that harrowing account of the incident, I feel like that needs to be put out there. She said that, she feels like the authorities weren't necessarily asking or looking into or even finding out or knowing just how serious things were at that incident. But what we do know is that now all 4 of the victims who lost their lives have been identified. And as you can see, these are just kids, man. It's just so sad. I believe the oldest individual was 21, but come on, man. Like, this is someone with their whole life ahead of them. I mean, it's not quite the same as the children, but it breaks your heart.
How do we know this is a gang-related attack?
2 little girls, 2 young men losing their lives way, way before their time, man. And, the news have identified them now. We're beginning to know a little bit more about just these heartbreaking stories and the families that are just shattered by this. We did touch on in the previous update that I did on this, Amari Peterson and his father and what he was going through. He had a lot of strength to get onto the news and give his account of what went down and talk about the grief that he was dealing with. But like now we've learned all 4 of the victims' names, and it's been named publicly by the news.
Tonight we Are learning more information about the 4 young people killed in that mass shooting, starting with Maya Lupian. She was 8 years old. She was a 3rd grader at an Aspire Apex Academy. The school shared a statement from her family saying that Maya loved to dance, sing, and draw. She was a purple belt in karate and loved being active. She excelled in school and she loved her extracurricular activities.
A GoFundMe has identified the 8-year-old as Journey Rose Rio Tutar Guerrero. She's described as kind and playful. Journey Rose was in the 3rd grade and loved to tell her family about what she learned every day.
Family and friends have identified the 21-year-old as Susano Archuleta. Susano was at the party with his girlfriend. His family was told that Susano protected children and his girlfriend when the shooting broke out, putting them in a closet to hide.
I mean, it's heroic to hear that. And, you know, there's been a lot of hate for some of the victims that I've seen online. People saying, you know, that it was gang members, it was a gang party, they shouldn't have had 100 gang members around children. But that's not necessarily the case for everybody there. And nobody wanted this to happen. And, you know, you're hearing the story about Susano, you know, essentially looking out for the people around him and trying to save the people around him and trying to protect the people around him. We don't know exactly how the sequence of events went down, but clearly, you know, he may well have laid his life down on the line to protect those people around him, and it's just so sad that this is a situation where that's even a decision that's having to be made. Man, it breaks my heart.
And Amari Peterson was 14 years old. A GoFundMe page created by the family remembers Amari as bright and loved. He played football and basketball and was planning to go to college. Cecil Hannibal spoke with Amari's basketball coach tonight.
He left everything on the court. He wanted to make his dad really proud.
Amari Peterson, a 14-year-old with a passion to win on the court and in the classroom.
He was good in school, you know, straight A student. He didn't talk back. Just honestly, just a genuine overall, just a really, sorry, let me know. Just a good kid.
A good kid who lost his life in Saturday's mass shooting at a children's birthday party in Stockton. Brent Bonet.
It's just heartbreaking to see, man. It just kills me to see, man. People saying this world is full of evil. Jesus, we need you. Rest in peace to these 4 victims and my sincerest condolences and prayers to the families. People saying when the law is too lenient, there is no protection for innocent citizens and no deterrence to speak of. It takes decades to execute a criminal. These gangsters aren't scared of the law and they don't think twice to kill you. It's very sad, man, but there's you know, there's some truth to those statements, man, you know, and it's whatever protection should have been in place for society for this to not happen was lacking that night, and it's so sad. Now, I'm going to touch on some other things now. As discussed earlier, the rappers and alleged gang members at the party, you've heard in my previous videos, some of these famous names that are affiliated with different sets in Stockton perhaps are the reason why this was targeted. The names MB Nell, MB Nano, Flyboy Dougie Threes, who were all tied to Crip sets from South and Southwest Stockton. Now, the alleged shooters, however, they're believed to be from the Lewis Park Bloods in West Stockton, and they're allies with EBK, which is obviously EBK J-Bo's crew, very famously. Now, what's really crazy is that Dougie Threes, a rumored target of the shooting, who is now jailed for violating his probation for being around the gang members at this event where allegedly 100 people were in attendance and some were gang members, he has now spoken out from jail about his experience during the shooting. And
that Bumble's hungry.
Don't worry, we've got enough for everyone.
Does your tummy growl like a Bumble?
As we heard from that woman earlier who gave her first-hand account of what went down, you know, you got to give it, you got to show respect to even have the strength and the confidence to even be able to open up about this and be honest about, you know, what went down. And at least he's trying to set the record straight. So let's hear what you had to say.
And tonight we're now hearing from a man who attended that party and witnessed the shooting. He, along with another man, were arrested for parole violations.
To be very clear, they are not considered suspects in the mass shooting. But 25-year-old Billy Williams claims that some social media posts blame him for what happened, saying he was one of the targets. He tells us he actually tried to help the victims.
They should know that I would die for those kids. I ran in front of everybody for those kids. I picked all those kids up. I brought them to the front yard. The little boy, Amari, that little girl, I carried all of them to the front. And I don't understand where they get it all.
So he's basically
Don't
saying
stop it
that
there,
look, he tried his best to save people. He picked people up. He tried to carry them to the front. Okay, they're basically saying, look, his name's being dragged through the mud. He's saying they should know he was willing to die for those kids. He ran in front of everybody. He tried his best. He basically did everything he could to try and save people. Okay, and it's unfortunate because obviously I think a lot of people are really just focusing on the gang membership and you know, basically just this idea that, you know, they're all at fault. They're the ones that attracted the bullets for these incidents. But realistically, as a gang member, you're probably someone that's a lot more fearless, that's willing to jump in front of those bullets. Now, whether or not you're the reason those bullets are flying in the first place is another question. But at the end of the day, I don't even know. I'm actually conflicted, man. You guys are going to have to let me know. Because on the one hand, it's like, are these the protectors that you actually need? Or are they bringing these problems to the community?
Let's pause you for a second, bro. He's not even considered a suspect. How's that?
Williams sits in the San Joaquin County Jail.
They want to talk about my name. They want to talk about what happened. Tell them to talk about who carried the kids, not why they came.
No!
Because we don't know why they came. Because I wouldn't do that to somebody.
Speaking out about what happened the night of the shooting and his arrest 2 days later.
My parole violation right now is based off me being around where a crime was committed.
He tells me he doesn't know why someone would shoot up a children's birthday party. Do you think you know who did this?
Why are they saying that it's gang related?
He says he was there for his niece's party and thought he heard balloons popping, but really they were gunshots.
I just started to run after all the kids that I seen in the wall. And I started to carry them, and I noticed that when the police came, that they didn't run to the kids. They were like still pointing the guns.
He says his back was turned, so he didn't know who
Hold up.
was shooting at them.
When the police came, that they didn't run to the kids. They were like still pointing. When the police came, that they didn't run to the kids. They were like still pointing the guns.
He says his back was turned, so he didn't know who was shooting at them.
I couldn't believe it because I turned around and I seen the little girl fall. When I seen the little girl fall, I was like, this is like a movie.
Williams tells me when police arrived, he says they took a long time to get into the building.
I was like, the kids is dying, and they wouldn't listen.
In Stockton, I'm Anahita Jafari, KCRA 3 News.
Williams told Anahita that all he cares about now is getting out of jail so he can be with his family. He says he has seen the posts on social media, people claiming that he and Luciano Guerrero were the targets of the shooting. But he says if anyone was targeted, he doesn't understand why those attackers would shoot children.
Yeah, because he was clearly there. It wasn't hard to hit him. He was the one helping the children. Oh, that's crazy. Wow, Che, that's a lot. My heart goes out to the families of those children. That is a lot. Catches you off guard. See, these are the dudes that they're talking about. Oh, no, my bad. That's fucking Trap Morros. Thought it was going to be something new. Oh shit, Family Matters.
Clearly, Mr. McCrary is not attending to his family matters. He has 2 daughters and 1 son, and this matter is regarding one daughter who lives in Michigan. He has previously been ordered to pay child support. As of August 20th of last year, he owed $75,473.26. He owes substantially more at this time. However, Michigan could not give me a figure due to privacy reasons.
The court is in receipt of a signed waiver of extradition to the state of Michigan signed by the defendant, and the court finds a valid waiver of extradition to the state of Michigan, signs the waiver of extradition. As such, this defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff without bail, and the court sets a 30-day date review hearing in this date, and that date is
November 14th, 2025 at 8:30, Department 101.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, he ain't gonna get no sleep.
Clearly, Mr. McCrary.
Your life
is your story. No one else gets to write it. No one else gets to define it. Every choice you make, every risk you take, every dream you chase, it's yours. People will doubt you, judge you, misunderstand you, but it doesn't matter. This is your journey, your fight, your legacy. Own it. Your life.
No, not poetic, Flaco. I'm good. There's just some people I wouldn't even care to watch. I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
She makes $200,000 per game, but she can't afford a $5 burger. She's Angel Reese. Do you know why? The truth will absolutely move you. 1. She sends half her money back home every month. Angel grew up in a single-parent household in Maryland. Now that she's making millions, she still sends 50% of her earnings home every month. Her younger brother plays D1 football, her grandma needs full-time care, and she covers it all. 2. She pays rent for 6 families in her hometown. Quietly, Angel helps pay rent for 6 families in her old neighborhood. She spent over $180,000 in the past year alone to keep them from being evicted. No media, no flexing, just handwritten notes that say, "I've been where you are." 3. She's covering tuition for 20 girls who want to play ball. Instead of buying a $70,000 car, Angel used that money to pay school tuition for 20 girls in Baltimore who dream of playing college ball. She also bought them uniforms, shoes, and team gear, spending over $85,000. Does Angel Reese inspire you now? Let us know in the comments.
When God wants to make a man powerful, he don't crown him first, he breaks him. First, he strips away your comfort, your pride, your plans, till all that's left is what's real. That ain't punishment, that's training.
2 places I ain't never going back to.
I don't want to work anymore because I'm working every day very hard and I never had money. Fucking shit. So, everything is expensive, motherfucker.
What?
I promise you, on my daughter, I'm gonna see you.
That bitch.
What?
We gonna fuck her when she grow up.
Somebody tag Blueface and Christian Rock. I got $5,000 that they have a retarded baby. If it ain't gonna be retarded, it's gonna be autistic.
This ain't no real person. This is not a real human. This is an artificial intelligent robot, and y'all done blew her jaws and her neck up.
From the time Charleston White shared a disturbing admission of his past that somehow went under the radar to the time he fought a heckler at his own show, these are even more of Charleston White's most disrespectful moments. Starting off with the time he proudly listed several horrifying crimes from his past, because in one Say Cheese interview, the interviewer was letting Charleston know that people have been saying all his antics were going to catch up to him soon. So Charleston had to explain to the interviewer why he doesn't feel threatened by karma.
When you do these type of things, they always say his time is coming, his time is coming.
I remember when I was about 13 years old, I snatched this. She might have been 65, maybe 70 years old. Old white woman in Kroger's. Snatched her purse. She didn't want to let it go. I hit her in her nose. Old woman. Because my brother and them said if you hit him in the nose, it's like a release button. She let the purse go. One of the girls in the car with us that saw what happened, she said, your day coming for doing that. My day still ain't came.
Charleston went on to tell a few more stories to show that he's done far worse things and gotten away with them.
I remember when I set our next door neighbor cat on fire. I spread lighter fluid all on him and secretly set that motherfucker on fire. My day still ain't came from that cat. I pushed the little boy in the swimming pool and he couldn't swim and I almost drowned. And mama and them had to come out the house. My day still ain't came from that. I said, ain't they them garage on fire? And don't nobody know till this day, cause I just told. When white folks day gonna come for what they done to slavery? So until white folk get there, in my mind, my day ain't gonna never come.
Another interesting comment from the interview came 10 minutes in when Charleston was asked about an incident he had with King Von's sister, who was pressing Charleston when they ran into each other at a strip club. She later claimed she gave Charleston a pass, and he responded by posting a picture of him and King Von's shooter on IG, honoring him in the caption for taking Von's life. As a result of this, a lot of people started calling Charleston out for clout chasing, but in response, he proudly admitted it.
You know, a lot of people, they started the clout chasing thing. Charleston's clout chasing.
Yeah.
But she came at you first.
No. I am clout chasing. Everything I do on the internet is clout chasing. That's how I got rich and famous. They pay for clout. Yeah, I'm clout chasing. Wasn't she clout chasing? When she said, because she didn't have to tell the world that. If she gave me a pass, as she said it, why come tell the world? To clout, right? So guess what? I know how to get bigger clout.
Charleston was known for mocking King Von after his passing, and just like King Von, Charlie Kirk received the same treatment, except this time Charleston received far more backlash for it. After the assassination of Charlie Kirk a couple of months ago, Charleston White hopped on IG Live, where he was asked what he thought about the incident, and his response wasn't what a lot of people expected.
What's your opinions of Kirk's death? I don't give a fuck about Kirk's death. I don't give a fuck about no white man dying. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking white boy dying. He has 2 kids. His kids. I don't give a fuck about that white boy kid. They probably autistic anyway. I don't give a fuck about that white boy kid. Fuck them kids. About no white boy, white on white crime. I don't give a fuck about white on white crime. White people don't care about black on black crime. Fuck that white boy in his death.
Mocking the death of someone is something Charleston has done several times before. The death of Kirk, however, was a deeply sensitive subject for many Americans, so Charleston caught more heat than usual for his comments. Even then, Charleston did what he always does. He found justification for his actions.
Why would we be affected by a white boy getting killed by a white boy? Why would that bother black people? It don't matter. We don't cheer it on or nothing because his rhetoric don't reach my ears. He's never came across my algorithm. You know why? He arguing with college students that don't know a mother thing. He couldn't have debated me. When I heard Charlie Kirk talking, all I heard him talk about is negative rhetoric, negative points, negative statistics about black people.
But apart from disrespecting the dead, another sensitive line Charleston is known for crossing is making fun of celebrities' kids. And rapper Blueface's kid was no exception, because before the birth of his and Krishan Rock's baby in September of 2023, Charleston White went on live to predict the kind of baby they'd have, considering the lives they live involving substance use, and he put his money on it.
Small business owners across the country are using Amazon to pick up, store, and deliver their products.
Yeah, good boy.
Hot diggity dog, John.
Do create your own path forward. See other real stories at Devado.com.
Somebody tag Blueface and Christian Rock. I got $5,000 that they have a retarded baby. If it ain't gonna be retarded, it's gonna be autistic. I'm putting it out there right now today. I got $5,000 to anybody that believe they're gonna have a normal baby. I bet you $5,000 they have a retard baby. The stuttering motherfucker like Flacco. Daddy. I'm hungry. Yeah. Mama Christian.
Sure enough, when the baby was born and pictures of it were posted online, fans started making fun of its looks and calling it names. Krishan responded, saying her son was perfectly healthy and the people who were making jokes would meet their end soon. And in response, Charleston said that his prediction was simply proven right.
Yeah, we all gonna die one day, but ain't nobody dying because they picking on the retarded baby. You know how many retarded babies been picked on by their grandmamas, their cousins, their brothers, or even a special ed school teacher. God ain't killing people because they saying, look at her baby. God killing bitches for doing the baby like that. God way more mad at Krishan Rock for doing the baby like that than me saying the baby got a bobblehead neck. Baby neck can't stiff up. I told y'all before the baby got here, so I ain't say nothing bad about the baby. I predicted the baby.
But while dissing kids is routine for Charleston, what he admitted in this next situation was so disturbing that dissing kids can't even compare to it. Because one of Charleston White's wildest claims is something he really should be ashamed of saying so publicly, but he did anyway, and proudly too.
We the kind of, we raped white girl. We didn't rape black girl. So when you say I forcibly ran train, we forcibly used to rape white girls. We used to put crack in their cigarettes because we was sneaking crack and selling crack in 8th grade, 7th grade. And we went to school with white people, and white girls used to smoke cigarettes. Black girls didn't smoke cigarettes, white boy. And we used to sneak crack in the white girls' cigarettes.
And Charleston has admitted these claims on a couple of other occasions, but when asked about it on Say Cheese, he said back then he and his homeboys didn't know what they were doing was a crime.
We didn't have one-on-one sex growing up. How do you find out if a girl really like you? And when we was growing up, you try to run a train on her. And if she say no, then that's how you know she gonna be your girlfriend. She ain't a flipper. That's how we picked our girls. Every girl had to get pressured for this. That was rape. Coercion is rape. Having her come over and get her drunk, intending to sleep with her is rape. We don't know that, but we rape.
Charleston White clearly has zero filter on what he says, so when he met a trans person for the first time, you know that this wasn't going to be the exception. Back when Charleston was still regularly doing streams with Aiden Ross, Aiden brought on a trans woman, famously known as Gorlock the Destroyer, whom he introduced to Charleston as his girlfriend. And having absolutely no filter, Charleston's reaction was no surprise.
Who is this person you got over here?
This is my girlfriend, Unc.
Your who?
My girlfriend.
Man, stop lying. That's one of them, man, y'all, you doing that artificial intelligence where you done blew up somebody's head. This ain't no real person. This is not a real human. This is an artificial intelligent robot, and y'all done blew her jaws and her neck up.
I'm real. I promise I'm real. It's no AI. It's not a joke.
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm a trans woman.
I knew this was some bullshit. I'm gonna get off her. I'm gone.
It's okay.
What's wrong, bro? What's got him into him, bro?
Picked a great name, but your voice doesn't quite match it?
We have a fix.
VoiceMod gives you over 150 lag-free, real-time voice changers and unlimited soundboards. Whether you want to speak with a realistic
Battlefield radio voice
or clear up your comms with the voice enhancer, our app works with any gamer app that supports voice chat.
Sound off with a voice that matches your main.
Or assemble and deploy your best audio memes with the perfect timing. Add VoiceMod to your loadout today.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you were owed for an injury, I want you to imagine you and your family getting that money, because I know a way that you.
He might have done Gorlock a favor there by hanging up, but Charleston didn't hold back in this next situation and said some wild things about the daughter of a goon who was trying to press him. Back in 2022, Charleston White was in a back-and-forth beef with a random goon from Cleveland. Their feud mainly involved them dissing each other on IG Live, but the clip that really blew their beef up was in IG Live where Charleston had some crazy things to say in response to a threat from the goon.
I
promise you, on my daughter, I'm gonna see you. Fuck that bitch. What? Fuck that bitch. Nigga. I saw on my daughter, I'm crashing out. You gonna fuck her when she grow up. What? You gonna fuck her when she grow up. On my daughter, I'm crashing out and I'm gonna bomb right out. This for you saying that? This for you saying that? It ain't gonna stop her from when she grow up. That pussy gonna be good without that daddy. You keep playing about a little kid. That's a baby. Man, nigga, we gonna wait till she grow up to fuck her. You ain't gonna beat her. Don't worry about it. You ain't gonna. I got something for you.
And in another IG live session between the two, Charleston called the cops on the dude for all the threats he'd been making.
You can run, but you can't hide, bitch. Look, let me show you something. Look what you said. Look, you see what that says? It said detective. I don't give a fuck. And look what it said. Look what I said I want to do to you. Listen, I don't give a fuck about no detective. You finna go to jail. You ain't gonna get to see me. Look what it said. Tell the detective I'm gonna do some research on it and see if Cleveland jurisdiction got a profile. I got some hot shit for their ass too. Move forward. You finna go to jail. You finna go to jail.
After that, Charleston had some advice for the dude for when he goes to prison.
Them lips you got, they gonna turn them into dick sucking. Boy. Voluptuous lips that you got, they gonna turn them into dick sucking lips in jail. They're big pretty. You can't go to jail with them lips with a murder case. They pretty and pink. Whatever you do, get the top mark. Listen, don't you know? Trick you to get that bottom. Who you think you talking to, bro? Jump down on you. He's standing over. Let no nigga trick you. You a fag. You a pissy. Okay.
The dude definitely wasn't the first goon to press Charleston online, but with this next goon, Charleston had to respond with threats of his own. Charleston got on the phone with the goon from Atlanta a few years ago, who was threatening to put hands on him, but rather than calling the cops on him, this time Charleston decided to reciprocate the same energy.
What's your name? What's your name who I need to ask about?
My name is Quick Flip Vino. When you drop that dot, I'm gonna come by my.
Hey, quick Vic Fino. If you listen, if you come with no guns and no security, you go die. If you come with no guns and no security, you go die, bitch ass. You go die, bitch ass. You go die, bitch ass. What part of Zone 6 is Atlanta? Where the gays is? Don't y'all punks out there, nigga. You Zone 6, nigga, boy pussy. You an internet nigga. Talking on the internet, bitch ass nigga. You ain't gonna slap nobody. You ain't never slapped nobody in Atlanta. Nigga. They say you known for ducking phase in Atlanta. They say you known for ducking phase in Atlanta. Quick Flip Vino.
And as is often the case, Charleston also took the chance to diss the dude's family.
You ain't never whooped nobody in Atlanta. It's already known. It's already known, bitch ass. Your mama got wet pussy, and your sister got a wet booty hole, and you a hoe. Everybody know that in Atlanta. Your mama got wet pussy, your sister like to get fucked in the ass, and you a straight up hoe. You ain't never whooped nobody in Atlanta.
The dude hung up seconds later, since he couldn't compete with Charleston verbally. They probably never got the chance to settle it physically either, but in this next situation, Charleston verbally and physically assaulted a heckler while on stage and got beat